now he got it. Took him a second there. He's like, this don't feel the same. Very good. So this is going to be, for you on your horse, this is much more steering. So you want to be slow and deliberate, okay? It's okay to take a step, stop, and okay, we got to steer to the left, come back a little bit, take a step, okay? So now if you'll watch, when I need to swing his butt, I'm gonna tip his nose. This is gonna be more difficult for your horse than the cones were because it's different. It looks more solid. Remember how their eyes were.
Yeah.
Okay. So they're a little more reluctant.
I think he's just kind of gonna hit a wall.
So he's like, I don't. That's all right. We're just gonna stay patient. See how light. It's all right, buddy. Lots of starts and stops. Little tiny starts. There we go. Just keep coming back and gently, lightly. Nope. And that nose. Right there. Just a little bit. Slow down. I need his butt to come to my right, so I'm gonna tip his nose a little to my left. Just a little bit, so come on back.
When I would do that, I still I was related and I could feel that one step back and it would be easier. That's kind of what you want. Not me,
I ain't going in there. So what do I need at this moment? What's the first thing I need from him?
His mind
Okay.
and his feet.
Well, his mind first. So what he's doing, like if I had his mind, like if his mind was with me, I could ask him to take a step, he'd take a step. And when I release, he would stop. And we could just like through this whole thing. But what he's doing, which is natural, he's not doing anything wrong. It's a horse's nature to rush through something that makes them uncomfortable. So he's getting part way through and he's like, gosh, this is just too much. So he's like turning me off, and just when I say, all right, stop, and he's rushing out. Okay, he's not listening. So what we're doing, we're just gonna keep here until it just becomes familiar and he's not rushing out of it.
Does Peso do this activity often, or is this?
He's
the
never
first-
done this
This
before.
is brand new.
Yep. He's never done this before. So now what I'm doing, I'm just doing his mind. It's like, hey, just give me a step. He gives me a step. It's like, good boy. Now just relax. Okay? How about another step? Good boy. Now just relax. So I talked yesterday about when I went riding with that buddy of mine. He said, Dwayne, my horse is thinking too much. That's what's going on. So now what I want is, I want him to just listen to my signal. Good boy. Again, this is the difference between mechanics and communication. He started out, he's like, mechanically I have to go backwards, and then he reached up and turned the radio off and he didn't hear me anymore, so he shut off all communication. So I said, let's start again, and let's do communication. Just listen to my communication. Good boy. One little bite at a time, just one step at a time. Pygmy eating an elephant. One bite at a time. Whoop. Good boy.
It's gonna be beautiful to them. I was watching it's like a terrestrial wave is what I think. Or a terrestrial ocean. Woo!
Good boy, son. Good boy. Good boy. So this exercise for you guys, I don't know if this will make sense. It's not so that you can back your horse through hay bales. All right? This exercise for you guys is so you learn to communicate to your horse.
Alright.
Okay? And this is the way I want you guys to do it. I want you to do one step at a time. Tell the horse he did good. All right? And then let's just ask for another step. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, right? So now I need to move his hindquarters that way. So I'm going to tip his nose for this next step and say, hey. Go, not too much. So he's a little reluctant to make that entrance right there. Oh, not too much. Whoa, whoa.
They're getting there.
There you go. There you go. This is the perfect example, perfect illustration of what I said in the first class. Okay? It's about communication. It's all about communication. And you got to speak to them at the speed that they can hear. And you got to give them a chance to process it. And you've got to build that trust. It's like, I don't trust you enough to run backwards through these bells, but I think I can trust you enough to take a step. So they trust you enough to take a step backwards, which is unnatural, in between these two things, which is unnatural. So you release and you say, good job. You trusted me for that one step. So you did great. And you reward them for that trust of that one step. And so if they can trust you for one step one time, they can trust you for one step another time. Then maybe they can trust you for one step another time. Move him a little bit off of that. So we're going to steer him around, not too much. Easy, buddy. There we go. Now we're going to steer him around this way. Beautiful